Hello and welcome to another California Psychics live reading where you can see a free live preview of our service. And we will be spending a 1 hour live stream answering your questions for free. Today, we are joined by a fan favorite and a veteran of these live streams, a psychic Chip. How are you doing today, Chip?
Hey, how's it going, Carson? I am doing well. I'm much better. For those who read with me regularly, you know that I was fighting off a little illness last week, but I'm back in full force and I'm just so excited to be here.
Yes, we're glad to have you here. It's always a great time whenever you're a participant for these lives. So I know it's going to be a great 1 hour live stream today. But before we get started, I do have a few bits of information for our audience. For any new customers joining us today, we do have a promo code going on, scrolling at the bottom of your screen. If you use that code LIVE5 after enjoying a little free preview of our service, you can redeem it for an additional $5 added to your first customer purchase with us here at California Psychics. Now, you can reach us on our website, californiapsychics.com, or our California Psychics app. And you can read with a ton of top-rated psychics as seen as our website, but I don't want to take up too much time going into that. But if you are wanting to schedule a one-on-one reading with Psychic Chip here after seeing a little free preview of his abilities today as well, we'll make sure to stick around because we will be shouting out his exact schedule later in the live stream. Now, lastly, before we get started, I do want to list off some ground rules for questions that we will be able to answer today. Unfortunately, here at California Psychics, we are not able to answer any legal or medical questions. For medical, this can include treatments, medications, pregnancies, and fertility questions. And for legal questions, this can include court cases, custody battles, tax decisions, and just general court decisions. If you do ask about another person during your or for your question, please make sure you at least include their first name. This will allow Psychic Chip to connect faster and more accurately answer your question today. But without any further ado, Chip, if you are ready to go, then we are ready to start picking out some questions.
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right. So we have one from a new viewer here, Joanne. Joanne is asking, Chip, do you see a future relationship coming for me? And is it maybe something to add on for this? Is it somebody that Joanne already knows, or is it somebody new coming into her life?
Got it. Yeah. Well, welcome, Joanne. It's an honor to be on your first live. So thank you for joining us. I do feel for you, there are openings coming up on your love path. Interestingly enough, I have somebody from the past and then I have somebody new. So for those who are watching, we have just entered into a Mercury retrograde today. We are just one day into it, so it just started yesterday. But that being said, a lot of times what happens is the retrograde will bring people into our present that were part of our past. And that's for the purposes of patching things up, getting clarity, finishing unfinished business. So I do have somebody that's coming forward from the past, and that will be up to you what you want to do with that. Okay. That being said, I have somebody that's also coming in that feels new. And they keep giving me like a Latin American name, like an Eduardo or something like that. It's like some sort of interesting kind of there's a little zest on the name. So I want to say I have two people coming in for you. I keep also being shown Virgo for the new person. So that's really the end of August going into September. So you definitely have some movement coming up for you, my friend. I think that you'll have made a decision by the time we get into October as to which direction you want to go. And I look forward to hearing updates. So I hope that you'll please let me know how it goes.
Awesome. Well, that was a great way to start off our live stream today. Yes, Joanne, definitely keep Psychic Chip updated. And yeah, October is just around the corner. 2024 is flying so far, so it'll be here before you know it. Our next question for you, Chip, is from Tracy. Tracy is asking why about Darren. Why does Darren keep stalking Tracy's social media but not saying anything? Does he plan on reaching out, or is there an interest even there?
Yeah, Tracy, this one is frustrating, isn't it? Because it feels like Darren should have done something by now, right? Spirit's showing me he's in like freeze mode. And I think most of us can relate to, do I want to do this or do I want to do that? And sometimes we don't do anything, which in and of itself is a decision. And what I keep feeling in Darren is that there is this desire to want to open up the door and reconnect again, but the fear is really loud in his energy field right now. So I would take it as a compliment, first of all, that he is, viewing you and wanting to know what's going on with you. The reason he's got his eye on you is because he has a curiosity and an interest that's still there, right? Also, at the same time, I feel in your energy, you're like feeling offended because you're good enough for somebody to press the button and act on that, aren't you? So that's where things are at right now. Unfortunately, I see people that get in this mode and they can stay there for some time. But going back to the previous reading, this retrograde often will bring up things that need to be finished, or there's some level of completion that we need to get to. So it's possible that we could be seeing some movement here in August. And yes, Tracy, very much so. Okay, awesome. Okay, yeah, hang in there. I know it's frustrating.
All right. Well, we hope this did resonate with you, Tracy. Our next question for you, Chip, will be from Jennifer. Jennifer is asking a love-related question about Jason. Will Jason be calling Jennifer soon? Do you see this as a long relationship between the two of them? And also many blessings today.
Thank you, Jennifer. I'm given the number 2. Excuse me. Given the number 2, so this is 2 days to 2 weeks. I feel there is going to be some sort of opening for communication. I feel in Jason that there is definitely potential, and that's all really Spirit's giving me, but there is potential there for a long-term relationship. Thing is within you, I feel there's a little bit of a question mark. So again, this is a time to reflect. All those RE words during retrograde, right? Reflect, review, in some cases, release. So with it being in Virgo, what we're looking at is it's like autocorrect. Mercury in Virgo is kind of like autocorrect. So think about the things that you need to be corrected in the dynamic, meditate on those, and then put in a request with him and see if he can give it to you. I think he can. Maybe not all of it at once. In particular, communication is so important for you, not just to have communication, but consistent communication. So Spirit just said, think about putting something on the calendar, so to speak. Is there a way for us to have a Friday where that's our night to catch up, or a Saturday, or something, whatever is convenient for the two of you, and think about that way. In his mind, his kind of logical, analytical mind, that gives him something to look forward to, like a mile marker each week. See if that helps, and please keep me posted. Blessings back to you, Jennifer.
All right. And hopefully that did resonate with you, Jennifer, and we do hope to hear from you soon. Our next question for you, Chip, is from Charlotte. Charlotte is asking, well, first of all, saying, hope you're feeling better. And thank you to you for your time and attention today for joining us. Her question is following up on a person that you two have maybe spoken about before, Devante. Basically, nothing has happened since Charlotte and Devante has last spoke, or I guess maybe the two of you have spoke. So Charlotte is hoping for an update between the relationship between her and Devante. Thank you, and also appreciate your thoughts.
Yeah. Okay, so Charlotte, yeah, I wish there was a way for us to kind of correspond here. So I'm curious if you're saying between the last time you and I spoke or the last time you and him spoke. But regardless, that being said, I feel like we're actually right on the cusp of some sort of movement here. So if it hasn't happened yet, it should be like pretty quickly. I can definitely tell you I'm seeing thoughts in his energy field. Me and you. Okay, got it. All right. Yeah. And I don't keep notes, and I read everything fresh. So I'm not sure what I gave you the last time, because when I'm in channeling mode, I'm not in memory mode. So I read everything fresh. That's one of the good and the bad things, I guess, about reading with me, is that I give everything a fresh look. But if I told you there was going to be some sort of movement, I'm still seeing that. So it's a good sign. sometimes these things that kind of get pushed out, there's some sort of divine purpose in that. And so Spirit's wanting you to kind of lean into that and see if maybe you can just sort of surrender to this. I think Devontae is going to come through. I'm still seeing some energy bubbling here. I'm still seeing thoughts about you. To be honest with you, I think it's been a slow burn for him too. This has not been a particularly enjoyable season for him with you two apart. So hang in there. I actually feel like you should be seeing something here within the next week or two. I feel pretty strongly that he's already thinking about that. Actually, already back in July had been thinking about that. So that's what I'm getting for you.
Awesome. And hopefully that did resonate with you, Charlotte. Hopefully the two of you will be able to connect soon, both you and Devontae and you and Chip. Our next question for you, and also real quick, she's already saying thank you. So thank you for stopping by, Charlotte, as well.
Yes. Thank you, Charlotte. Yeah.
Our next question is from Stephanie. Stephanie is asking kind of more about a new love. Do you possibly have any insight on the man that she'll be dating in the future? Is there anything that you could possibly tell Stephanie about him? Is he a new or an old love? And if you also feel like pulling a card, feel free.
Yeah, I'll pull a card just to see if that confirms or adds color to what I was already picking up psychically here. Ooh, looks like you got somebody from the past coming back in, 6 of Cups. So that tells me that you either have a relationship with this person that's been kind of put on pause, or you have some sort of soul tie to this person, almost like a past life, somebody from another lifetime, perhaps even coming back in. The 6 of Cups is a card of nostalgia. It's literally like a flashback to a time where things were simpler, there's more joy, more positivity. So that's what I feel. Now, that being said, the energy that I was getting before I pulled the card was somebody that has, not to be materialistic here, but somebody that has money around them. They show up, either they may work in banking or finance, or they may own their own business, because I'm seeing numbers and I'm also seeing dollar signs around them. So I know that they do quite well for themselves. Often when I get that may represent this person as an earth sign too. So like Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. The other thing I would say is this person is really hardworking and motivated. They get a lot of joy and self-esteem from their work. And so that's going to be something that you're very drawn to. And at the same time, it's something that could come up as kind of like a little bit of a conflict when somebody's on their phone at dinner time responding to an email. So the two of you will have to work through that. But this person has they have a very strong masculine exterior, but they have a very feminine heart. And so they're going to want to give you the world. They're going to love you with their whole heart. So this is going to be, if this truly is somebody coming back from the past, this is going to be almost like, 2.0, a more grown, mature, emotionally available individual. And I also feel pretty strongly that you're going to have a very comfortable living with this person, Stephanie. So I am excited to hear about it when it happens. And please keep me posted.
Yes. And also, I guess just as a little bit of a follow-up. But yes, Stephanie, we're hoping for the best for you. And hopefully you do know this person or have this person in mind already. But as a very quick transition, now that we are about 15 minutes into our 1-hour live stream where we show off a free live preview of our service and Psychic Chip's abilities today, I want to give a shout out on how to reach Psychic Chip, because he's been providing some great answers today. And if you are wanting to experience that in a one-on-one reading, you could go to CaliforniaPsychics.com or our California Psychics app. But if you click the link in the description below, you can pull up Psychic Chip's page, as well as the ability to send him a message right away, or pop right into his call queue, or set an appointment to get a call right on the hour. Psychic Chip, since you know your schedule the best and you have been saying stuff so well today, I'm sure everybody is dying to hear it from you. When is the very next time you are going to be online and ready for readings on CaliforniaPsychics.com and your regular schedule throughout the week?
Yes. Well, thankfully, since I am feeling a little bit better, I am going to be logging on about a half hour after we wrap up this live. So I'll be logging on for about an hour and a half or so taking your calls. So please hop in queue or send me an offline message. Other than that, my scheduled hours that you'll see on CaliforniaPsychics.com or on the mobile app, you should see me on there Tuesday through Friday from 11 to 1 Central Time, as well as 4 to 6 Central Time in the evening. And if something comes up and one of those doesn't work for you and I have the availability, please reach out to customer service. I make exceptions outside of my scheduled hours when I have the availability as often as I can, and people do that. So whatever is best for you, be happy to read for you in an appointment as well.
Awesome. So again, you can reach Chip through phone call or text-based messaging for readings. But yes, you can reach him on CaliforniaPsychics.com. And if you're having any trouble booking for a one-on-one reading, call our customer care line and say, hey, I would love to book with Psychic Chip, and they can get you set up with an appointment at a time that works for you and Psychic Chip. But we have still a lot of time left during this free live preview of our service today. So our next question that we are going to be answering today is from Lauren Chip. Lauren is asking, what do you possibly see relationship-wise between Lauren and Adam? They haven't spoken since March, and it did not end on the greatest of terms. Do you possibly see Adam reaching out to Lauren or anything else in the future happening?
Okay. Lauren, I'm very sorry because I can feel in your heart this one has been really hard. There also feels like there was something, Spirit's giving me the word boundary, like some sort of really strong boundary crosser for you that happened back in March. It was just something that you really had to stand your ground on. And so Spirit is very proud of you for that. And sometimes these things do happen. So I just wanted to pass along a validation that I think you have some valid concerns. And even though things didn't end on the best note, I do feel right now, Adam is still showing me a bit of a stubborn energy right now, a bit of a passive energy, in fact, as well. But it's interesting because I feel in his thoughts and in his heart, he's really not clear on this either. In fact, I think that he's having the same kind of friction that you are on the inside. And so sometimes what people do during this season, just having done this work for a long time, is they will distract. And that's what I'm seeing him do right now, is kind of be in distract mode, scroll, or go out with drinks with friends or, whatever. But I think it's been really hard on him, and that can only work for so long. That being said, I wish I could say, I'm seeing it tomorrow, but this feels like it's going to be a little bit longer. So we're looking, I feel, and I certainly would be happy to be wrong about this and it happens this month, but I feel like we're looking at October, November, and beyond for when there would be something coming forth from him. Now, that being said, if you get an intuitive nudge that you want to reach out and you feel it's okay within yourself, by all means, do that. But if you're looking for it to come from him in some way, I kind of feel that it should. Okay, I agree with you on that. Then it's probably going to be a little bit longer out. But you've waited this long, so I think if you want to keep your heart open to him, you'll see some movement in the fourth quarter of the year.
All right. Hopefully this did resonate with you, Lauren, and we want to thank you for stopping by today. Our next question for you, Chip, should be a quick one. It is from Lisa, just asking for a very quick card pull.
Okay, card for Lisa. Wow, you got the star card, my friend. The star card. The star card is literally about wishes being granted and healing coming alongside those things that are manifest. It is a major arcana card. It represents a major life theme. So you have some really, really big soul path energy that's coming your way. I'm talking about finances, love, career, life, all of it's going to get on the right course. Even the times in the past where you felt like things are a bit wobbly or you're questioning, gosh, what in the world's going on in my life? The star card says everything has had a purpose. Even the times where things felt like they were crashing, all of it's getting ready to make sense. So that is a beautiful energy for you, my friend. So whatever your wishes are, whatever the desires of your heart are, those are all getting ready to come to manifest. And everything you've been through has a purpose. So I hope that resonates with you and makes sense.
All right. Lisa, hopefully that did resonate with you, like Chip said. Our next question for you, Chip, is from Chelsea. Chelsea is asking about her relationship with Jeremy. When is he possibly planning to reach out to Chelsea? The two of them had an argument about 3 weeks ago, and they haven't talked for about a month. I know it's because of his ego and pride. Please help. Any assistance would be appreciated. They are dating at the moment.
Yeah. So if you've read with me before, you know that Spirit gives me timing in a few different ways. I just saw on the calendar circled August 12th. So I feel like sometime between now and then, there is going to be some movement here. Again, very similar energy to what I was picking up before with one of the previous folks I was reading for. There is a stubbornness in him, and yet also anytime somebody's being stubborn about something, underneath that here is a pain point. And that pain point is you, because he does not feel clear about this and doesn't want it to end. But there's an immaturity in there, and he's wanting you to be the one to foot the bill, do all the work. And you're like, I got to have balance, Jeremy. So it's going to burn for a little while, just a little bit longer, but there is going to be an opening here. So best of luck to you guys. The universe will open the door for you. And if you need me to go deeper on this, or once he comes back around, if you want me to take a look at things, I'd be happy to. So best of luck to you, Chelsea.
Awesome. Chelsea, yes, the best of luck to you. And hopefully this did resonate with you. She is saying thank you. So glad to see that you stopped by, and hopefully, yes, everything does work out between the two of y'all very soon. Our next question will be from Amanda. Amanda is asking you, Chip, hi, I'm just wondering if you could see the next significant life event for me. She has recently started her new job, but she is feeling anxiety, and she's hoping it's just anxiety, and hoping that her overthinking is getting to her and that things will ultimately be okay. She's thinking she's probably being a little too hard on herself, but any insight from you would be helpful.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate your question, Amanda. It's so funny because as soon as I read the next significant event, I saw your career path, and then you just told me started my new job. So I think that is the hot ticket item right now for you. There is some anxiety in your energy, and that's okay. Listen, everyone on the planet has experienced anxiety or struggles with anxiety to some degree, okay? Anxiety is a thought about the future, and typically when we're anxious, we don't have all of the information yet, or we're making up a story in our head. And so what Spirit's showing me is that there is some trauma in your energy field, like some emotional energy here that needs to get resolved. And so what I want you to do is consider the last time that you felt like somebody was really hard on you, not you, but somebody was really hard on you, picked a bone with you, nitpicked your work, had something to say about the way you looked, the way that your work was. So this could even date back to, early life, or this could be like even a past job. But there's some hook there for you that Spirit's showing me they're trying to do some work with you in healing. Also pay attention to your dreams, because I feel like you've been so go that Spirit's trying to get through to you, and the only time they can is in your dreams. So if you'd like this to go faster, consider something like meditation or yoga. And when the defenses come down, Spirit can really help process this thing. But there is a little bit of anxiety and some perfectionism that's in there, and you are being too hard on yourself. So what they're showing me is within probably the next 6 weeks, you're going to have a really nice kind of like some sort of recognition. This could be like a company-wide email, or this could come directly from your boss, like, Amanda, fantastic job. That's going to really help be a validation for you. But by the time we get to that, you're going to already be feeling like, I'm getting this. I'm making progress on this. I got this. Okay. So it's not too far in the future, but start now. If you start now, it'll manifest the way that Spirit's showing it for me. So you got this, my friend, and you are the right person for the job you would not have gotten if you weren't. So hang in there. I know you got it.
All right. some words of encouragement from Chip, and also there was a couple of supporting messages from other viewers in the chat, Amanda, for you as well. So you got this. We are rooting for you.
I love that.
Our next question for you, Chip, is from Kimmy. Kimmy is asking about insight about her possible future husband. Is there any messages or bits of information that you can give Kimmy about what he is like? Possibly what does he do? What does he sign? Or has she met him yet? Or is it somebody new coming into her life?
Okay. Well, the first thing I want to tell you is that I just have to say, when you meet this person, I just see your jaw drop. You're going to be like, whoa, that is a handsome man. And then I see your cheeks get a little rosy, because it's like when the two of you start talking, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, he's talking to me. So I see that sometimes in readings, and I just feel really giddy and excited for you, because I can see it very vividly. And whenever I get it clear like that, it means like it's a destiny type thing. So this person that is coming forward is a soulmate that you're going to be with. The other thing I want to say is this person has some sort of tragedy in their background. And I'm not saying that to be like, bring the energy down. But what I feel for you is that you are going to be like a godsend, an angel for him. Something has happened with somebody that he either lost, or some sort of really difficult season that he's been through. And it feels like you come in and you are just like this bright light. You have a very strong healing energy, my friend. And I just think like the two of you, once you come together, it's a life partner. So you'll be step in step the whole way. So that's what I'm getting for you. And I feel like you're also doing some work on your manifestation and really trying to keep your energy in check. So keep up with that too. Spirit's telling me you're doing a really good job of that. So I'm sorry that I just saw the last piece of that question. I'm sorry. No. What's his sign? He gives me, he shows up as a really strong communicator in my visions. So he either has some sort of fire or air energy. I know that like doesn't give you the exact, but I can get to it if you want to read offline with me or something. I manifest all the time. She says, all right, perfect. That's what Spirit was showing me. Like you are manifesting him and he's manifesting you. So excellent. So he almost gives me like a Leo energy or a Gemini energy, but it's fire or air, because I just feel he's very much present and out there. Like he has a strong image and he's a strong communicator. And as far as have you met him yet, I really don't feel you have, unless by some small chance, everything I just said makes sense to you with somebody you know. I think this is somebody that's new that's coming in.
All right. Well, yes, we are rooting for you, Kimmy. So hopefully you are meeting that special someone very soon. I did want to just take a pause real quick, because now that we are about halfway through today's live stream and Chip has been giving some great answers, I wanted to give a shout out to how y'all can reach Psychic Chip on CaliforniaPsychics.com or our California Psychics app, especially if you want to get a more personal and one-on-one reading experience. Now, when you go to California Psychics, you have the opportunity to get that one-on-one personal experience with any of our psychics. But while we are having a free live preview of Psychic Chip's abilities today, I'm sure you are all wondering, Psychic Chip, when is the very next time that you are going to be available for those readings on CaliforniaPsychics.com and your regular schedule throughout the week?
Yes. So about a half hour after we wrap up this live, you guys jump in queue. I will be logging on for a little while. That's outside my schedule hours, but I just wanted to make sure you guys had the opportunity to get a reading in this evening. And then the rest of the week, I will be on Tuesday through Friday, starting at 11 a.m. Central Time, going to 1 p.m. Central Time, and then back on in the evening, 4 to 6 p.m. Central Time. And that's Tuesday through Friday. Also, feel free to send me an offline message. And if those hours don't work for you, and I have the availability and I can accommodate, customer service can help us find a time to read for you that's convenient for you.
Yes. Yeah. Basically, if you need any help whatsoever, go ahead and call our California Psychics customer care line, and they will be able to book you at an appointment for any of our psychics, including Psychic Chip. And you can also reach Psychic Chip and along with a bunch of our other psychics on CaliforniaPsychics.com through text-based or phone call messaging. So if you are wanting some additional insight after Psychic Chip answered your question today, have a little bit of a follow-up question, you could go ahead and send Chip a offline message real quick, and he can get to you in the span of a few hours. So, all right. Our next question for you is from Sarah Chip. Sarah is asking for a career-related reading. She's doing a slight career change, and she's going in for an interview and wondering, should she get an interview with old job titles, or should she be going for interviews with a new job title, kind of a career change or a promotion? How should she be approaching this?
Yeah. I mean, this feels like new to me. So I'm almost feeling like we're moving forward or moving onward and upward. So Sarah, that's what I have for you as far as that goes. If your interview, just as a note, if your interview is coming up within the next few weeks, really be like, if you're doing virtual, like make sure your headphones are charged, make sure your computer's charged, like make sure you're a few minutes early, like that Mercury retrograde thing, right? It can really come in to play with interviews during this kind of few weeks period. But I actually think you're going to knock it out of the park. They are saying something about don't be mad at yourself if when you start off the first few minutes you're feeling a little nervous. You will settle in, and that just means that you're human, because everybody's a little jittery, right? If you've ever had an interview before, you know what that feeling is like. But you'll settle in. I'm actually both seeing a man and a woman that have some sort of decision-making power. So I'm not sure if like your current person is male or female and the other one is opposite, but they're just showing me like kind of a powwow of sorts, and then I feel like this is going to go forward. So I think you're on the right track, Sarah. This is good stuff.
All right. Our next question, and also thank you for stopping by, Sarah, and hopefully that did resonate with you. Our next question will be from Donna. Donna is asking a mediumship related question and kind of a little bit of a fun one. She has been communicating with a spirit that believes that he is Steve Clark of the rock band Def Leppard. She feels that it is, but Chip, she's wanting to confirm with a couple of psychics to see if this is actually the case. Yeah. Thank you for any insight that you could possibly provide today. And also thank you, Donna, for your question.
Yeah. So one of the things that tests even the most progressive mind here in the human experience is the idea that there is a dimension, a place where there is a spirit world outside of time and space. And so the way I like to explain it to clients who are curious about mediumship work or connecting with spirit is imagine walking into an office building or walking into the mall, and there are these little cubby holes where there are lots of different doors. And imagine that every time you walk into an office or every time you walk into a store, that's a time period, right? That's sort of the experience that spirit has outside of our dimension. So they can go talk to anyone at any time, at any place. And so I have no doubt whatsoever, especially if you're getting lots of validations. One thing that you can ask spirit, because they are responsive, is if this is really Steve Clark, I want you to give me a sign and I want you to show me, and then I want you to fill in the blank. Show me a bluebird, show me 11:11 tomorrow, show me, be specific. And if you get that sign, that's your answer. But just intuitively, I feel this makes complete sense to me. And I actually feel like when we have people that come in that have a life experience with a lot of creative energy, they're trying to work with you so that you can tap into your own. So if you have a project that you're thinking about, that may be somebody tapping on the door, knocking on the door saying, hey, I'd love to help. So welcome that spirit, that energy in, and they'll be of help to you and assistance.
All right. And yes, that was great advice as well, Chip. I love that. And Donna, hopefully that did resonate with you today. Our next question for you, Chip, is another kind of insightful one. You may kind of have a little bit of experience with the kind of the symbolism of stuff, maybe even animal sightings. Curious to know, Chip, if you possibly know the answer to this. Do dragonflies have a symbolism or something? Or is there maybe a spiritual connection that Jess may have with the, I guess, dragonflies? She's currently in the process of potentially moving. And every time she's at this new property, she's led down the driveway by one. Can you tell me if this is like a sign or an indication of something?
Yeah, absolutely. So the more you lean into your spiritual awakening, the less you believe in coincidence. Okay. So I just want to say I do feel this has an absolute spiritual purpose. There is some sort of symbolism behind it. Now, if you go on to Google and you say, what does a dragonfly mean spiritually? You may get 17,000 different interpretations, right? Find the one that makes sense to you. Or consider like people who have done this work and have books on animal medicine. I'm feeling like this is both a visitation, like somebody that is leading you, but I also think you may have dragonfly medicine that's maybe part of your soul path. And each animal has its own medicine, its own lesson, its own teaching for us to learn from. So, for example, for me, hawks, falcons, eagles. So I have a lot of falcon, hawk, and eagle medicine on my soul path. They visit me all the time. So I also have a beloved grandparent who's passed away. They show up as a cardinal. So it's what it means to you, first and foremost. Psychic can give you their interpretation, but it's what it means to you. But I do feel this is somebody that has a spiritual connection to you that's actually guiding you. And I think it's a really positive sign about this property for you. But it's a dual meaning because it's dragonfly medicine for you too. So we can talk more about that offline, and I can give you more of a robust interpretation of that if you'd like. Otherwise, good luck on that. It's awesome.
No, I think that was an amazing answer. Very insightful, Chip, as well. I have a couple bits from our last question from Donna, and also we want to thank you for your question, Jess. Donna's following up from her Steve Clark message. Yes, said he was not resting in peace until he talked to Donna and to kind of telling her a little about himself. Just also saying thank you, and that your message really did help out and resonate with her. Also, somebody, Lorella, I think saying to check your offline messages. So as soon as you hop off, they've already got some follow-up questions. But we still have about 20-ish minutes in today's free live preview of our service where Chip can answer your questions today. So very quickly, I want to remind everybody that in about 5 minutes, we will be switching over to our card pull section. During this card pull section, we'll be answering questions just in that card pull format, love, general card pull, finance, career. But this will give everybody a little bit of an extra opportunity to get to your questions answered during those last 15 minutes. I see a lot of questions coming in, and I do want as many opportunities as we can to get through them. Our next one, though, is from Leanne. Leanne is asking a timeline kind of related question, Chip. When do you see Leanne meeting her soulmate?
They just showed me Capricorn. So this is December, January. So this person either is a Capricorn or it will be in that season. I feel that's actually kind of more like the outer limit of the timeline. So there is possibility, there are openings, right? Spirit, when they're trying to connect this to a soul path or a spirit, a spiritual connection like a soulmate, the way spirits communicated it to me is that there are openings. And as long as our energy is in a good place and their energy is in a good place, like that opening can happen. So it could be much sooner than that, of course, but the way they gave it to me was Capricorn. So that's December to January timeframe. And also something about travel. So either they will be moving to where you are, or you may somehow connect with them through travel. Maybe they travel for a living, or maybe they live just a little bit outside of your area. I'm also feeling something about a move. So note that, put a pin in that, and it will make sense.
So, all right. And we hope this did resonate with you. And also want to thank you for stopping by. Alicia is our next question, Chip. A little bit longer, but I think very descriptive. Alicia has not been finding much luck when it comes to love. When she's had the opportunity, she has been turning it down. It could have been out of fear, or just that she didn't believe this suitor was ready or the right person for her. Could it be that what she has done in the past to the people she turned down or hurt has caused her to not have luck in the present? So kind of has her past actions kind of manifested it to not have luck in the present?
Yeah. I hear you, Alicia. That's actually a question. I don't know. There must be something astrologically right now, because that is a question I've gotten probably the last 3 times I've logged in. I've had multiple people asking me that every time. So
There,
you're not alone
I was just
right
going to
now.
say very quickly, there is a super moon that is coming up later this month, and then there is a very heightened sense of emotional energy. There's the full moon energy, but with that super moon, everything gets kind of ramped up because it's that, super. So that could
Yeah,
also be kind of contributing over to that. I just wanted to put that in there too.
could
So keep a
absolutely could
lookout.
be. Yeah, absolutely could be. So Alicia, what I'm getting for you is, I think there's a fear, not now, you didn't come up with this on your own. Somebody gave it to you, but there's kind of a fear-based belief that I want you to really meditate on and consider releasing. This is a prime time to, as I said, any of those RE words, review, release. So I want you to release, because I feel that there is a truth in karma, right? There is a truth. If I'm unkind to somebody, typically that's going to boomerang back and come to me. But what I think has happened here is you've made some pretty smart choices. You made some good choices. Some of these folks that came along, they had an opportunity, but they didn't show up in a way that was pleasing to you, and it didn't feel good. So you kept moving, right? What I think has happened is the momentum of that has started to slow down, because the focus has gone to seeing the flaw in some of these folks and almost forecasting that that's how every person that shows up is going to be. Now, as you know, you're not going to manifest somebody that's perfect, right? If you do discover how to do that, please call me and let me know. But my experience is that we manifest somebody that's perfectly imperfect for us. So what I want you to do is practice gratitude. Tap into gratitude. Think about the things that you have that make you feel safe, make you feel joy, right? And I want you to do that twice a day, in the morning and evening. And in a week, you're going to see the way that you see the world and the way that you view your love life is going to completely shift. So no, I don't think that you've done anything to warrant some sort of, slowed down. As I say, as Carson was talking about, astrologically, we got a lot of stuff that's going on right now. So it could just be that right now just isn't the best time, and that there's going to be an opening later. But don't beat up on yourself. Okay, that's your soul work. All right, so that's your homework from Spirit. Let me know how it goes, and I'm looking forward to good news.
All
Stay in
right.
gratitude.
I was going to say, now that we are reaching kind of the sunset of today's 1 hour live preview of our service, California Psychics, we're going to be switching over to our card pull section, where we will have a little bit of extra time and get through questions a little bit faster to give an additional opportunity to get through these questions today. We got a lot coming in, and we want to give as many opportunities as we can to get those questions answered. Chip, you've been providing some great answers during today's live stream, and I'm sure people are very much dying to know how to reach you. Well, I can tell them very quickly that you can reach Psychic Chip by clicking the link in the description below or on our California Psychics app. And that link will also take you to californiapsychics.com, where it will pull up Psychic Chip's profile and the ability to book a reading with him right away through either text-based messaging or a phone call. So if you have any questions about a reading that you've already received today, you have like a little bit of a follow-up question, you can go ahead and contact Chip right after this live stream. Chip, when is the very next time that you are going to be online and your regular schedule throughout the week for those who do want to connect?
Yes. So right after we wrap up with this live, hop in queue or send me an offline message. I'll be logging on about 30 minutes after we wrap up with the live. That's not scheduled, but it's something I wanted to do just to open up for those of you who wanted to get some additional information, or if you didn't get a question answered, I can read for you then. Otherwise, I'll be on Tuesday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time and 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. And happy to schedule outside of those hours if I can accommodate it. Just work with customer service and we'll get something scheduled.
And yes, with the offline messages as well, that kind of can work as a little bit of a text message. So if you are a little bit busy and you can't seem to, or if you don't have a few moments to kind of sit down for a reading, you can send those offline messages. Chip can also get to him when he has time during that day. And yes, if that's how you prefer to read, or you can call through phone chat as well. But I do also see a lot of questions coming in, and I don't want to spend any more time doing that. Just go ahead and getting to our next one. Rhea is asking for a love card for you, Chip. So can we start off our tarot poll section with a love card?
Yeah. Rhea, I think that you are attracting in somebody very stable, very strong, very mature, and also quite successful when it comes to the material path. So the King of Pentacles, that's the energy that I'm seeing coming forward for you. Also, when we see pentacles in the tarot, it represents earth energy. And the next earth sign that we have coming up astrologically is Virgo, which is the end of this month going into September. So some positive energy there. I think you're calling in somebody, my friend.
All right. Next one is for Marianne. Marianne is asking for another love card for her and Davy.
Okay. All right, Marianne. With you and Davy, I have the Five of Swords. So has there been some sort of conflict, or has there been some sort of challenge recently? Now, swords
actually that there was a note that said that they were separated. So
okay. All right. So the Five of Swords kind of warns us against winning at all costs. It says that you may win the battle, but you'll lose the war. So it's really a card that speaks to us checking ego. And I think that this could be on either side. And perhaps sometimes, relationships being a two-way street, it could be on both. So this is a time for both folks, both you and Davey, to get in touch with, gosh, gee, was I a little... could I have been more generous here, or was there something that I could have done a little bit better? Dig deep and meditate on that. If you feel totally clear, then this is probably something for him. But it does speak to there being some sort of conflict in the two of you being at odds right now. The good news is that it is a minor arcana card, meaning that it's a shorter term period. It's something that we can see resolution. So we want to move from a 5 to a 6. We want to move to that resolution. So do that work there. I think that the two of you just have a little bit of sorting through and to have a clarifying conversation.
Awesome. And we hope this did resonate with you, Marianne. Jess, somebody you answered earlier in the live stream, also just saying thank you again.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you. Yeah.
All right. Next one is from Michelle, who is asking for a love card. Nice to see you, Michelle. She is a viewer from our Tarot Thursdays on Instagram. So just wanted to shout that out as well. Nice to see you, Michelle.
All right, Michelle, welcome to Monday. So your card is the Strength card in love. Now, the Strength card often is seen as a Leo card. So this could be representing somebody that is a Leo that's going to step forward. But it also represents strength and courage and willpower on an inside. So like our culture thinks strength is flexing the muscles, right? In the wisdom of the spiritual tradition, strength is actually an inner strength. So this could be calling on you to have the courage to put yourself back out there, the courage to move on from something that's not serving you, the courage to put your heart out there. As we know, love is one of those few things where, it's just very vulnerable and there's no such thing as love without a risk. So if you're willing to put your heart out there once again, the universe will deliver you somebody, as I said earlier, that's not perfect, but perfectly imperfect. And of course, there may be challenges that come up, but that's the beauty of it, because then we can repair it and go back to being in that wonderful energy of love. So I hope that resonates with you, Michelle. So we're looking for courage and strength coming up for you in your love path.
All right. Michelle, hopefully that did resonate with you. And again, nice to see you. Also mentioning that Marianne from our last question saying thank you, Chip. But our next question comes from Taina. Please forgive me if I mispronounce that, but she is asking for a love card, please, Chip.
Okay. All right. So your love card is actually the Queen of Pentacles. This is actually, I feel, referring to you. The Queen of Pentacles is a very strong, clear, feminine energy. It's somebody whose feet are planted. They know who they are. They know what they want. They know what they're worthy of, and they're not going to settle for anything else. Queen of Pentacles is often somebody that loves to hang out at home and have domestic, that sort of just like, let's chill out on the sofa and just talk and relax. So it's also a time to think about inner love and self-soothing. So if you have any, connection to that, self-care right now is very, very important. And that is the key. to unlocking the door for love for you that you're looking for. Sometimes we're so extra focused outside of ourselves, and this is saying, actually, if you go inward, that's going to make this go way faster for you. So the relief and the manifestation you're seeking is going to come from doing that right now. And if you do, it's going to pay off. All right.
All right.
Okay.
Now, very quickly, Chip, right before we get into Bree's career card pull, can we very quickly, can you refresh everybody? When is the very next time you were going to be online and ready to be, or available to be booked for a one-on-one personal reading experience on CaliforniaPsychics.com and your regular schedule throughout the week?
Yes. So in about 30 minutes after we finish the live, I will be logging back on to answer some questions. If you want to hop in queue or send me an offline message. Otherwise, I will be on my scheduled hours, as you can see online. That's Tuesday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central and 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central. And if one of those hours doesn't work for you, contact customer service or shoot me a note on the the psychic notes in the app, and we can try to schedule something outside of that. So otherwise, I hope to see you Tuesday through Friday.
Cool. And yes, once again, if you're having any trouble booking with Psychic Chip, go ahead and call our customer care line and say, hey, I'm trying to book with Psychic Chip. I'm having a little bit of trouble, and they can get you set up at an appointment that works at a time for you and Psychic Chip. All right. Now, Bree's question was for a career card, Chip.
Yes.
Can we pull a career card?
Yes. So Bree, do you have some options or some sort of stalemate? Because the Two of Swords is coming up. And the Two of Swords represents somebody that is really sitting, as you can see, this person is pictured sitting down as a passive posture in the tarot, indicating that somebody's really taking their time, really thinking through things. So when this comes up in a career reading, that tells me that one of two things, one of many things, but usually one of two things. Somebody's contemplating options and they're taking a step back and they're thinking, should I go? Should I stay? Or it could be that you're feeling stuck, and maybe the option is to think through, what is it that's keeping me stuck? The swords are a mental energy card. So really leaning into your thoughts. Where am I stuck in my mind? So is there a belief or is there a reality that I'm processing mentally that's keeping me stuck where I'm at? So Bree says, my job has left me go at the end of the month. Okay, so there you go. So that's the stuck, right? But the cool thing is that it won't be this way for always. The Two of Swords often represents a time of stalemate, but then after that, movement forward. So we're going to come out of that and we're going to manifest something new for you. Okay. So this resonates for right now. This is the present energy, that Two of Swords right now, but there are some options and some things that are going to come forward. So just hang in there. It's a tough time for a lot of people right now, especially wherever your astrological stuff is. But I feel positively, just psychically, I feel positively it's not going to be too terribly long for you.
All right. Bree, we are rooting for you. And also, just as a final note from Bree, she did submit to publishers for her children's book that she has been working on. So, yes, we are rooting for you there, and hopefully that does work out and provides that little career path you're looking for. It's a little blessing in disguise. Next one is for Octavia, who's asking for a love card, Chip.
Okay, Octavia. Okay, Two of Pentacles. Are you juggling two different people in your life right now? Or you're kind of thinking, one part of me wants to stay in this, or one part of me wants to go, or one part of me loves this guy, one part of me is ready to let him go. The Two of Pentacles is kind of that juggling, that balancing act, right? Love can be a juggling and a balancing act. It's a balance between your needs and the other person's needs. What they need is important, but also what you need is important. So the key to unlocking that path to be a little bit smoother, to unravel here for you and in a way that's pleasing to you, is getting a hold on how to balance both. It's not either or, right? It's not all them. And if I get all their needs met, then I can be happy, right? It's no, we got to have both people feeling that they're balanced and mutually being met. So that's the key for you manifesting the thing that you're looking for right now. And I'm looking forward to hearing some progress, because I feel strongly that you will get some clarity around that.
All right. And thank you, Octavia, for stopping by. Let's go with Luis. Please forgive me if I mispronounced that. But can you pull a card for kind of, I guess, school career? Would be her doing a master's in sculpture be the right thing or decision for her? Thank you for any insight.
Okay, so the answer to that question is the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands is typically seen as somebody that is really piling on the work that they've got to do. And as you can see, all 10 of these wands are being carried by this one person. So the wisdom here, Spirit's trying to communicate to you is anything's possible for you, but let's take a step back and think about energetically how you can make it through adding this onto your plate. That may require you dropping a few wands. That may require you being a little bit more disciplined about your boundaries. It may mean you have to be really regimented if you want to fit this into your schedule. My sense is that you have an impulse to do it, and that's a good thing. There's something good in that for you, but let's just make sure we can ground that so that you have the energy, the time, and the bandwidth to do it. And if you take those steps, you can do anything you want, my friend. Okay? So good luck with it. Spend a little time thinking about it. You'll get there.
All right. Next one for Jenny for a career card, Chip.
Yeah. Whoa. Okay. You have the Wheel of Fortune. That's a good luck omen, my friend. The Wheel of Fortune never stops turning. So if things are feeling a little off kilter or there's some questions, those are getting ready to be answered. I often see the Wheel of Fortune as a positive karmic energy, so that if you're putting good out there and you're really working on advancing and learning and growing in your career, you will be rewarded by the universe. Also, the 10 here, typically I see this manifest something around October if I get it around this time. So you may have a really good luck. Something's going to break your way, a cosmic blessing coming your way by October. So Jenny, best of luck to you.
All right. And also a little quick note from Luis saying just a very accurate answer from you, Chip. So also thank you for stopping by, Luis.
Hang in there. Yeah, you got it.
All right. Now that we have reached the end of our 1 hour free live preview of today's, of today's live stream, where we have answered a lot of great questions and Chip has provided a bunch of fantastic answers. Now, unfortunately, we are not ending today's live stream, but California Psychics is always available to answer your questions on CaliforniaPsychics.com or our California Psychics app. Chip, you've been providing great answers, as I said before. And as everybody has noticed by watching today's live stream. So I want to shout out once again the best ways to reach you on CaliforniaPsychics.com and our California Psychics app. For those who want to reach you either through a text-based reading or through a phone call, most important is that it is a one-on-one personal reading experience. Away from this live stream, away from me, it's just you and Psychic Chip able to get down into the deep answers that you need. Chip, can you let everybody know when is the very next time you are online on California Psychics to get booked and your regular schedule throughout the week?
Absolutely. So in about 30 minutes, I'll be logging on for a shorter period and taking some questions from you guys who've hopped in queue. Also, feel free to send me an offline message and I will look at those as well. And then for the rest of the week, I will be on Tuesday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central Time, and then 4 to 6 Central Time as well. And if you need me outside of those hours and I can accommodate it, I certainly will. And we can work with customer service to get that.
Yes. If you are having any troubles booking with Psychic Chip, go ahead and call our California Psychics customer care line, and they will be able to get you booked at an appointment slot that works for both you and Psychic Chip. And if you have any other questions regarding California Psychics, how to read or book an appointment, anything like that, our customer care team is always happy to help. We hope you've enjoyed today's free live preview of California Psychics. We will be returning next week at the regular scheduled time on Monday. But for today's free live preview where we've hosted Psychic Chip, once again, you can click the link in the description to book your next one-on-one reading with him. Once again, thank you so much for your questions. And until next time, everybody, bye-bye.